I think my favorite thing about Last One's Out is literally every time we tell them the budget of our movie, guys burst out laughing. For some reason. It's like a big joke.
We were walking around in Cannes and people would ask us, what's the budget of your movie? And at first we lied to them.
So here's the reality. Your average South African film costs 3.5 million rand. And we, with Last One's Out, made the entire film on 50,000 rand. Well, you see, this is the thing about the film industry, is that you've got these two different worlds. You've got a studio world where everything is funded, but then you've also got this independent filmmaking. And that was the case with Howard. I mean, Howard took a big leap of faith. He quit his job that he'd been doing for 5 years, and he gave himself a year to make a movie.
I turned to YouTube and I said, hey guys, I want to make a movie, and who wants to help me do this? People are going to support me for 1 year, pay my salary whilst I go and try and produce a movie. At the end of the year, maybe I'll fail. Maybe it won't actually work. So I put this video on YouTube, and then I sat and I waited, and I'd quit my job at this stage, so I had no money coming in. 3 weeks' time, I was going to be starving and living on the streets or whatever. By the end of those 3 weeks, I'd had people from around the country and friends and family and strangers saying, hey, we want to support you whilst you go out there and make your movie. And at that point, I had 11 months.
For the next couple of months, he developed an awesome comedy script. We were packaging things, we even had casting sessions, we shot a pilot, we played by the book.
Sinto, take two.
Action!
Misdirected.
And then me and Greg started shopping around with the script.
We took it to different production companies, and our budget we estimated at around 5 million rand.
By now I had about 9 months left of kind of paid time.
But then something started happening. After all those months of an initial hard push, the project didn't get green lit.
Nothing. No budget falling out of the sky. But I wasn't in a position to sit around and wait, because I've got all these people backing me.
And now we were in a situation where we invested so much time and energy and effort.
I only had 5 months left to deliver on my word of shooting something by the end of December.
And we had one of two things. Either we could just give up.
This 4.5 million rand script could very well never happen.
Or we could actually be brave enough to throw out the work we did and start from scratch. And that was a bitter pull, man. That was a tough call to make.
I was pretty bummed. And then we thought, you know what? Stuff this. Stuff waiting for some budget from some imaginary source. What do we have?
Do the best that I can with what I have. That is what it comes down to.
There's 2 of us already. I got an actor and I got a pen. Let's write a script for low budget. I'm talking how much money do we have? All the money we could put together, kind of beg, borrow and steal, was 50,000 rand, 5,000 US. We sat there, we thought, this is awesome. Let's do it. So I started writing a super cheap script. I was like, what's the cheapest genre?
No, let's do a zombie movie.
Zombies. You just need some blood on their faces, and boom, you got it.
Howard went back to the drawing board, writing this epic script.
We're like, okay, Flip, we need to find somebody to shoot this thing.
Let's get a core team of people together.
And I go to this friend of mine, Timmy Henny, and he's an amazing DOP. He's got a lot of gear and everything. I was like, if we can get Timmy on board, man, the 3 of us are making a movie. When are you available, Timmy? He's like, I got 13 days in November. I'm like, I'll take it.
So here's the deal, right? We had 13 days, a window period of 13 days to find out who's available, how can we make this work. It was like a Rubik's Cube.
Then we needed to start casting. We had our dates locked down.
Being an actor myself, reaching out and getting the best possible cast that we could.
I mean, we didn't have budget for anything, not even a place to cast. We had these top actors and actresses coming to our casting. We're like, cool, it's gonna be on the grass at a park. Are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah, okay. Action.
It was a lesson to me once again that if you don't ask, you don't get. Rather risk it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't pan out, but rather go for the best of the best.
Give me some more mouth biting and stuff. Dude, that's awesome. It's cut there, bro. You can do this thing, bro.
Altogether, our cast and crew came to about 15 people.
But this is the problem. When you're not paying anybody, it's very difficult to lock them down.
So how do you get 15 people to work on a film set for free for 2 weeks, working like slaves around the clock, grueling hours, being shouted at, having to jump, having to work in locations where you can pretty much like lose your life? How do you do that? Number one, reputation is everything. They believed in Howard, they believed in me. We had established trust in the industry. Number two, I think it was exciting to be part of a project that hadn't been done before. Number three, this team was all about excellence. We wanted to do the best we could with what we had. We didn't want to just, even though we didn't have a budget, we didn't want to make it look low budget. We wanted to make it look legit, man. So we had these obstacles, but Howard's attitude throughout was fantastic because it was like, okay, cool, I hear you, I hear what it appears to be, but let's just keep on. Let's believe, you know.
Hey everybody, welcome to day 5.
We sat everybody down and said, hey guys, we only have budget for makeup, food, and petrol. You won't die, we promise you that. But are you in? Are you willing to pull off the impossible? To prove that we don't have to wait for years to get millions of rands to make a movie? And everyone resoundingly said yes.
I just want to say, we got a really badass team here. You guys are freaking awesome.
Within 48 hours, we literally had to freaking package this whole thing and go out there and shoot a full-length movie.
Go, 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 go!
Scene one, take one. Will we do it again? Not for $5,000, no. Will we be resourceful? Yes. My biggest lesson, my most humbling lesson on this project was that money wasn't necessarily my main obstacle. It was attitude. This project was like a milestone for me, an experience that I'll never forget for the rest of my life, where a team of people stopped making excuses for the first time. Attitude, attitude, attitude. So I want to encourage you guys, if you got stories to tell, do it.
So when you're watching this film, I think you'll appreciate it a lot more when you realize that. When you understand that every single actor, every single location, every single shot, every camera movement, every note in the music, every sound effect, everything was made by guys throwing their weight behind a vision to take what we had in our hands and make something special. And that's Last One's art.